Hey everyone, Dusty here, and today I just wanted to talk about my 2018 race plans and some of the other things that go along with that, and just kind of give you some insight into what I think about this off season. It's been off season for me for quite a while, but what I'm thinking about leading into next season and just kind of what are my plans. So first up, I've raced very little over the last 2 years and very far from the level that I expect of myself. An injury last year got in the way of that season, and then just life got in the way this year. But I'm not here to make excuses. I'm just here to look forward to 2018. Now, first up for me is helping my wife get through the final, who knows, week, couple days of her pregnancy. So making sure Kaylee and my little girl are okay is obviously first up before training or anything else. Alright, so first up, one of the biggest things about 2018 is I'm going to get into full distance Ironman racing. So I'm going to do one full Ironman for sure next year, but more than likely I'll even do 2, and I'll be doing as many halves on top of that as I can, just trying to race out of my mind next year. The more racing the better. But along with that, there's definitely some key aspects that I'm going to try and focus on. So one of the first key aspects for me for next season is discipline. So discipline can mean a whole lot of things, but for me it's really the little things. So sitting on the couch with my wife before bed, instead of watching 5 episodes of House Hunters, watch 1 and go to bed, or 2 and go to bed. Don't stay up much later than you should watching House Hunters. Pretty sure we know exactly how we want our house to be anyways. And another thing that plays a big role with that specific example is getting sleep, especially with having a new baby in the house. Who knows how sleep's going to be? It could go good, it could go bad. More than likely I will be tired a lot of the time, so getting sleep is a huge key. Especially for me, I only usually work good when I get 7-8 hours or more, so having that discipline to not stay on my phone right before bed or surf YouTube or watch Netflix, that's going to be really important for me. And along with discipline, maybe a few nights a week really try and do some meditation or some yoga. That's been something I've always said that I've wanted to incorporate into my life and into my training, but I've never really made that commitment and made it a routine. So that's something I'm really looking forward to adding into my training in 2018. Discipline. Next up is consistency, and you just can't be successful as a pro triathlete without being consistent. Consistency is king in long distance triathlon, and I would way rather see a whole bunch of average days, day after day after day, getting in the pool day after day after day, rather than just being a weekend warrior and going out and riding 200k and smashing myself and doing these big, 3 swims a week, all of 6k. I'd much rather just be average on every single day. That sort of training really shows itself with much better results than the weekend warrior. Not saying that a huge 200k bike ride is wrong. It's good in the right circumstances, but I'm all about consistency, and just getting in that work day in and day out is super important to me, especially for this upcoming season, and it's something that I'm going to take care of. One of the other key things that I'd like to focus on in 2018 is changing my words and changing my vocabulary. I'm getting rid of the words can't and if and hope. I think if you want to be successful in anything, you can't hope for it. I don't hope that I can raise my FTP to 320 watts. I don't hope that I can run sub 255 off the bike in an Ironman. I don't hope that maybe I could make the lead swim pack in an Ironman this year. I'm going to prepare for it. I'm done with can't and hope. I'm going to prepare and work hard to achieve my goals, and I'm going to do it in 2018. And then to get into specifics, one thing I'm working on a lot more this off season is my strength, and I'm using this awesome thing to help me get there. I'm a huge fan of kettlebells. I have a couple of great kettlebell DVDs that will get you in shape in a hurry. One of them actually uses double kettlebells, so it's super hard, it's super intense. Just a new way to push myself for this upcoming year. Then the swim, that's definitely about being consistent all the time. I've raised my swim level a lot over the past year, and then always in the weeks leading up to my race, for whatever reason, I couldn't get in the pool just to see my swim fitness on race day just totally dive bomb and didn't show up. So I know what it takes. I'm going to have to be in the pool 20 plus K a week for long periods of time, making sure that leading into the race that I'm getting in the pool, staying fresh with my swim stroke, having a good feel for the water, because I didn't grow up a swim club swimmer. I need to be in the pool. I need to have lots of swim frequency. I'd way rather swim 2K a day every day than swim 2 5K swims on the weekend. So that's very important. And then also getting underwater footage of my swim stroke as the season progresses, and working with certain people in the pool and on the pool deck to help correct my stroke and point out any flaws that they might see. And I have lots of test sets that I like to do in the pool, and it's a really good indicator of my fitness. But with that being said, I need to work on my open water swimming as well. I might be able to swim 123 per 100 meters all day long in the pool, but that's useless if you can't swim a straight line or sight properly when it comes to racing in open water. Alright, and then I move on to the bike, and the bike is pretty simple for me. And some of the gear upgrades that I'm looking to get this year is I'm looking to get a set of rollers, because I like to do a lot of indoor riding, and rollers will just really help keep me smooth and keep my core engaged when I'm doing a lot of indoor training. And I'd like to get a smart trainer as well, something like a comfy trainer. I really think there's a lot of benefit to having a smart trainer and working with erg mode. That's where you can set the power, and no matter if you pedal 50 RPM or 120 RPM, you're going to be putting out 300 watts. And I think that's very useful when it comes to certain workouts, and I think you could really see a big boost in your fitness and overall power output. And another thing that I would like to get is a bike fit, just to have an extra set of eyes and see if there's any improvements that I can make anywhere. I'm fairly comfortable in my position, so maybe I could see how much more aggressive I can get and still maintain being comfortable. Another thing that I want to look into is how aero I can make my bike. So are there any clothing choices I can make to maybe save a few watts? Maybe a different chain, maybe an aero holder for an aero water bottle on my bike. Just some things to look at, because all those watts add up. I'm not going to leave any stone unturned, so why not look into it? Next up is the run. I feel like the run is kind of my secret weapon that I can just tuck away in my back pocket, pull it out when I need to. Definitely a lot of work to get to the point that I need to get to, but I'm willing to put in that work, and I know exactly what needs to be done to get myself anyways to the start line with the run fitness that I know that I need. And that's kind of what I'm thinking about for 2018. First up, like I said, gotta have this baby, make sure baby and mama are doing good. And as far as Ironmans go, I haven't picked any, but I think Mont Tremblant looks good. That's one up here in Canada, and I might even do a later season one like Arizona or something like that. And then kind of my 3 pillars of focus are discipline, changing my vocabulary and the words that I use to just bring about positivity. You wouldn't believe how many times saying if or maybe or I wish or I hope to do that. The general message might be positive, but saying hope and all of those words just plants a little seed of doubt in your head, and that's not good. For the rest of this year and into next year, I'm all about preparing and working hard and being disciplined, and I'm going to get the results that I want to see. And the last key thing is consistency. So being consistent day in and day out is going to be huge for me, and ultimately is what's going to get me some results. So once my wife and I have this baby, I'm going to start getting back into some more structured training, and when that happens, who knows, anytime over the next few weeks, I'll be starting up my usual training day videos every so often. I haven't done one in so long just because my training has been unstructured for pretty much a month and a half or 2 months. But I'm super motivated to check back in with triathlon training and just the whole lifestyle. I've really missed it. I have enjoyed having the break mentally and physically, but I'm definitely looking to get back into it. So if you like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't yet, make sure to subscribe for more everything running, triathlon, and nutrition related. And like I said, I will be making those training day videos again once my wife has the baby. So if you haven't subscribed, make sure to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any of those videos, and I'll talk to you next time.